today we are going to be doing comparison swatches of the, what even is this called? The famous palette, the palette that's causing all the drama. Actually, I guess it isn't this palette. It's the eyeshadow palette, which I did not get. I kind of wish I would have gotten it just so I could do a video on it. But I'm kind of glad I didn't. I would have only been happy if I would have gotten a good one, obviously. But that's not what this video is about. We're doing comparison swatches on this bad boy, which is the Champagne Pop Face Palette. Looks like this. Beautiful packaging. I'm sure a lot of us have seen this. They really outdid themselves with the packaging. I'm in love with it. Comes with this huge ass mirror. Hi camera, what's up? And these beautiful colors. Wow, that's really shiny and blinding. Still a little shiny, but we'll get through it, right? So I'm actually just doing comparison swatches of mainly Prosecco Pop. This is the newest one in the collection. It hasn't been released in single form like Champagne Pop has. Now there's been a lot of talk about this palette not performing as well as the other Becca formulas. Same thing with the eyeshadow palette. And also I was curious because Champagne Pop does come in a single, which I do have, and I definitely wanted to see if they were the same consistency, the same formula, or at least felt like the same formula, and the same color. That's what I was most interested in. And then after swatching Prosecco Pop, I was like, this kind of seems like a couple highlighters that I may already have in my collection. Prosecco Pop, especially for us pale ladies, it can be quite an intense yellow, so you really have to diffuse it. I just want to show you guys that I do have Prosecco Pop blended out on my left side. And then I have Champagne Pop on the right side. So I'll get a little closer. Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop. I'm also wearing this palette on my lids. I just wanted to do a whole look with this palette. And I'm wearing Champagne Pop on my lids. And then in the center I have Prosecco Pop. And then I blend it out with, what is it called? Rose Spritz, which is this pretty color. And then I tried to deepen it up with Amaretto, but it didn't work out quite as well as I thought it was going to be. I'm wearing Amaretto and then Rose Spritz on top of my cheeks, and then of course the highlighters everywhere. What I found is Champagne Pop, both in the single form and in the pan form, are exactly the same. I have heard that the ingredients in the palette are different than the ingredients for the single. So it may not be the same formula technically, but it certainly feels the exact same to me. The colors are exactly right on, even though initially I thought both of them being in the pan looked a little bit different. In the palette, I thought it looked a little bit more pinky. As I mentioned, Prosecco Pop is really yellow, but it's such a beautiful sheen, and if you really blend it out, I don't think you're gonna have a problem. And if you do have a problem, just use it as eyeshadow like I did. The first highlighter that I compared Prosecco Pop to was Mary Luminizer. This is such a beautiful cult classic highlighter. This turned out to be way toned down compared to Prosecco Pop. They don't even compare. Prosecco Pop has that really sharp golden yellow color, and Mary Luminizer is just like kind of almost a beigey yellow pink, if that makes sense. Like it's really, like when I think of champagne, I think of this color. I don't think of Champagne Pop. I think of Mary Luminizer. It's such a pretty gentle glow. The next one that I wanted to compare to, which is the closest that I have in my collection, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood Illuminator. These both have that really goldeny yellow tone to them. So Hollywood is a lot less muted and a lot easier to work with, again, especially for us pale ladies. So to me, I prefer the color on So Hollywood, but I prefer the formula of the Becca. So to me, I prefer the color on So Hollywood, but I prefer the formula of the Becca, of the Prosecco Pop. It's just so, like, even though it's a powder, it's just creamy and smooth, and the Anastasia Beverly Hills powders are a little bit on more of the powdery side, I find. So I do prefer the formula of the Becca products. I did also compare Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop side by side, just so you could see the color differences. Of course, they're not anything alike. I didn't think they were going to be anything alike. Swatched on my hand, this is just really weird. Swatched on my hand, Prosecco Pop was more intense than Champagne Pop, but I feel like when I applied it to my face, Champagne Pop was much more intense. Does that make sense? Maybe it was the application, maybe it was how I swatched, I don't know, but overall I would say that the highlighters in this palette, again, I'm not talking about the blushes in this particular video, the highlighters are pretty unique to anything that I've seen come out on the market. I do have a comparison swatch video for Champagne Pop where I go through all the rest of my highlighters and see if we can find a dupe. So I will link that somewhere around here, down here, wherever you can find it. So I hope you guys check that out. I hope you guys found that this was helpful. Let me know what you think about the swatch style being on, you know, my desk instead of up here. I really want to get the best swatches for you guys, and it's a work in progress, you know, messing with my camera. A couple of the shots I know were too close, so it didn't really focus. So that is definitely something that I'm working on, but let me know what you guys think of that, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye. One equally as pretty. This is what sold me. I'm obsessed with peonies. I have some in our yard and I love them. Love, love, love them. So pretty self-explanatory, but so, so cute. And then I got this kit. This is one